Hi everyone, this is Dragoman Translation podcast. We share tips on languages, translation, editing, interpreting, subtitling, and localization. In this episode, our host Umit Ozaydin welcomes co-founder of Taia Translation Services, Matija Kovac. So let's start.
Hi Matija, how are you this afternoon?
Hi, thanks for having me.
Well, thanks for agreeing to take the call. You guys over there in Slovenia, you are doing some fantastic things, and I wanted to learn more about how you run the business. And I'm really curious. Who is Matija Kovac? Is it Kovac? How do you pronounce it?
Yeah, that's right. You're good with
Matija
reading our
Kovac.
letters. Yeah, so I come from Slovenia. That's why I have a funny name sounding to anyone who's not European and not used to reading our letters. If you don't know, Slovenia is a very tiny place underneath the Alps. There's just about 2 million of us, and we speak a language that no one else understands normally. So this is why a lot of us are keen on learning languages and going into the translation industry or language learning industry and so on. So yeah, this is also where I ended up. I studied Chinese in university, also geography, but that's another story because I have 2 degrees. I'm a parent of 2 beautiful little girls. I have a loving wife. I have 2 companies. So it's a joke that with each child I have another company because they're the same age. And and that's about it. I like music. I in free time I play guitar or drums or anything.
Oh, great.
As long
drums
as it's
as well?
rock and roll. Yeah, I just started learning drums. It's amazing. It really does to your brain.
Yeah.
It's a good exercise for your brain. But I'm more of a not a translator as much as I'm a nerd. I like computers. I like programming. I like to geek out on very deep topics. So when it comes to artificial intelligence or anything similar. So yeah, this is where you'll find me.
As a startup, how do you manage the hypergrowth? Because investment comes and your name gets out there, the clients. How you guys manage that?
Well, first of all, we started out from Slovenia, but we're not anymore only a Slovenian company. We have our HQ based in London now. We have more and more people working for us from the UK, as well as now lately from Cyprus and Spain. So we're becoming quite a multinational company these days, not in a bad way.
Yeah, it sounds like, yeah.
Yeah, and the growth has been really fast, so it's sometimes difficult to keep up with the number of new clients coming in, the number of new colleagues even coming in, because we've grown tremendously in the last few months or in the last year even. So it's one of the issues that every startup company that is at least a little bit successful will face is the so-called hypergrowth problem, or the problem where you try to onboard too many clients compared to what you're actually capable of handling, for example, or even if you're a software company that your technology is capable of handling. So this is something that's common with startups, and it's as much of a problem as undergrowth is. So even if you grow too slow and you don't bring in the revenue you were supposed to, and you're burning through a runway too fast, that might be an issue. But on the other hand, again, if you're growing too fast, acquiring too many clients that you're not capable of serving properly, their user experience will be quite bad. And this means that you have a lot of churn and a lot of marketing and sales money is being spent for acquiring clients that you're not capable of keeping in a long term. So this always has to be in a good balance. And I think it comes even more to an importance with localization, since a lot of our work is not only machine translation, but a lot of times you do still need human translators from all parts of the planet to get your services done. And if you have a giant client coming in and demanding millions of words translated, and you just don't have enough translators on board to be able to serve such needs, it's again an issue. So I think it for localization companies, it might get even more stressful sometimes. But so far we're coping up just fine.
Yeah, you look like, I mean, your name is out there, and I hear your reputation is also growing, and I wish you best of success.
Thanks for joining us for this episode of Dragoman Translation Podcast. Remember, you can always be a guest speaker in our future episodes if you like podcasting. Join us again next time for more tips and tricks from industry professionals. Thanks for listening. Stay tuned.